one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story is brought to us from WTOP News, WTOP News. Former Culpeper County, Virginia Sheriff Scott Jenkins was sentenced to 10 years in prison on multiple bribery charges. Jenkins, who's 53, was convicted in December for his role in a cash for badges scheme in 2022, in which he accepted over $75,000 in cash payments in exchange for appointing unqualified auxiliary deputy sheriffs to his department. Now, Jenkins' charges include 1 count of conspiracy, 4 counts of honest services fraud, 7 counts of bribery concerning programs receiving federal funds, and a partridge in a pear tree. Quote, "We hold our elected law enforcement officials to a higher standard of conduct, and this case proves that when those officials use their authority for unjust personal enrichment, the Department of Justice will hold them accountable," said acting U.S. Attorney Zachary T. Lee. Now, at trial in December, 2 undercover FBI agents who were sworn in as auxiliary deputies in 2022 testified they gave Jenkins envelopes with $5,000 and $10,000 cash, respectively. Jenkins also accepted bribes in the form of campaign donations from Rick Rahim, Frederick Gumbinner, and James Metcalf, as well as at least 5 others, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Virginia said in a news release. Now the men were then appointed as auxiliary deputy sheriffs without proper training or vetting. Rahim was sentenced to 78 months in prison in a separate tax and wire fraud scheme earlier this month. Gumbinner and Metcalf have pled guilty for their roles in the scheme and are awaiting sentencing. I mean, this was sent to me from a viewer who asked me to do a story on it. And so I was kind of backed up a little, so it took me a little time, but I always try to get to the ones you guys send me. And I did get to this one. And I said, well, there you go. Corruption at its finest. You know, a sheriff that says, I'm sheriff. What are they going to do? Fire me? I was voted in, or whatever. And he's taking these cash payments to make these auxiliary deputy sheriffs. So you want to be a deputy sheriff? Just go down to Virginia. This guy, give him some money. You're in, baby. In like Flynn. Well, he's in like Flynn. He just doesn't need to drop the soap because he's going to be in behind bars for 10 years. So he'll serve what, 7 and then get out. Um, but this just is another example of if you think you're going to do things in the dark, bad things, evil things, always remember that what you do in the dark eventually will come to the light. That's why people always say, it dawned on me. Oh, it just dawned on me. Because he came to the light. The sun came up. Oh, we see what you're doing. And I remember a sermon. I'm not going to preach, guys, but I remember a sermon once where a preacher said, you know what? There's one thing that darkness and shadows cannot hide from: the light. That's right. When it comes to the light, when it comes to light, we got you. That's another reason you guys should record the police if you have time. You see cherries and berries, some guy sitting on the curb, or he's sitting on the hood of his car. Stop, park your car, walk back over, and record it. You may record a good cop. Maybe he's just doing his job. Maybe the guy truly is a criminal. Maybe he's a felon, or he's doing some crime. Or maybe the cop is just on a fishing expedition and he saw a black man or a Hispanic man and said, I'm pulling him over. I'm going to search that car. He's got to have drugs. And then you record it and he finds nothing and says, hey, get that taillight fixed. You searched his car for a taillight. I digress. But what I'm really getting at there with that story is we can be the light bringers to law enforcement. So those cops that are out there doing bad things on the street, we're the ones that can shine the light on that and say, look, it's on camera, dude. It's on video. Wow, did I turn that around or what? Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a great weekend.